How's it going, guys? I'm just gonna start off by saying that it's 2 in the morning, so we are so freaking tired. But check this out, man. Summer's coming to an end in maybe 2 weeks. September 23rd is the last day, but that's
22nd.
22nd is the last. September 23rd is the first day of fall. So
October.
Fall's coming. So what does that mean? October. What does that mean?
Scary movies.
Halloween, all that good shit. You gotta watch those scary films with your highness, you know. You gotta get together. Hey, what are we gonna do today? Let's watch a scary movie. So we're gonna give you a list. So here are our top three scariest movies of all time.
In our opinion. Oh, fuck.
In our opinion, as of now. EW-on. Hashtag EW-on. Edboyz. Not Edboyz. Alright, so, I mean, my number 3, which would have to be the scariest movie I saw as a kid, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. I thought it was real for the longest until I was like a teenager. I'm like, it's not real? What the f... I should have known if I was doing that much research.
You lost a lot of weight too from shitting your pants.
Yes. The scariest scene, in my opinion, from that movie, it's the part where the boyfriend is in the house, sneaking around and shit, and then Leatherface comes out behind him, hits him with a freaking sledgehammer. Because that guy starts having a seizure. He's like shaking. He freaking pulls into the other room and...
He did it with 2 hands too, didn't he? Like with attitude.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my number 3.
My top 3 movie is
The Exorcist. Why did I say it for you?
That's fine.
Tú eres mi pinche hermano, güey.
The scene that really fucked me up pretty bad was the head turning scene.
You know what she did? Your canting daughter?
Like when you're a kid, you don't have no time. You don't sit there and you're like, oh, this is The Exorcist and this came out in 1973.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just watch it and it just affects you. And the fact that she was a little girl, whoever was playing, like when the fact that Linda Blair was playing her, like you think about it now, like what the hell is wrong with you, Linda Blair? Like you're probably fucked up for life. You know what I mean? So that sold it completely. The fact that they had a little girl and she put herself through the ringer with that fucking movie, man, because she was fucking flinging her fucking body around and shit like that.
Do something!
And I remember when I saw that, dude, I'm not ashamed to say that this movie kept me up for literally almost a year. Like, Mom, thank you so much for staying next to me as a 19-year-old child. I'm just kidding. That traumatized the crap out of me, man. That's when I learned to pray. But that's it.
And pee my pants.
That's number 3.
Alright. My number 2 is the one, the only, Saw. You just don't know who is who. You don't know who to trust. Plot twist after plot twist. You're just like, you don't know what to take. It's just a fucking great film. I love that shit. James Wan is a fucking genius. That movie is sick. The door slam at the end, spoiler alert, but the dude, you know, locks the guy in there and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just, the guy's just like, you know, man, please don't let me be here like this. And he fucking just slams the shit out of that door, fucking game over. And then you just hear the guy scream for like 7 minutes straight, no, ah. And dude, I was a little kid just like. So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is It Follows, written and directed by David Robert Mitchell. Saying that people that usually go to movies just to watch explosions have bad taste, but yes, they do. I'm just kidding. That movie had a very thick dividing line because a lot of people that want to go see it that I recommended it to were like, "Yo, this movie sucked. Nothing happened. Such and such." And I completely understand, but the thing is that there's like a heavy amount of symbolism and like, especially the cinematography. There's like a a huge void of like time and era, which like adds to like the atmosphere of, you know, mystery and stuff like that. But I just can't really explain to you guys why. You guys have to watch the movie. I can't explain why, but one of the scariest scenes that I saw was when she was in her house with her friends, and that tall, lengthy, shadowy-eyed dude walks right up behind that little girl.
See? Everything's okay.
And it's even the way it's filmed that really makes you feel uncomfortable. Like long shots. There's like some scenes where like the shots are like focusing on a certain like object or a certain location, and you're just kind of waiting for something to pop out because you know something is following them. And I've always told that to people, like, there's no way that you can not love this movie. Not love, but at least like
Appreciate it.
And why did I forget the fucking word? Hold on. When you can appreciate and relate. Like if you've ever felt paranoid or some sense of anxiety for whatever reason, this movie fucking makes you feel that shit, and it reminds you why you fucking hate certain things. Like this movie obviously focuses on youth, you know, like the mysteries of being a young adult teenager and like feeling certain things, dealing with certain things, whether it be like your sex life or fitting in or whatever the fuck. This movie just brings those feelings back to life, and you're just like, fucking shit.
So, our number one pick for our top scariest movies, in our opinion as of now, is The Conjuring
2. Directed by James Wan.
Starring Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson.
And the fucking nun. That you
Oh,
should never
dude,
forget.
the nun.
Yeah, spoilers again, but The Conjuring 2, you can tell, and this is why I told you guys that this is why this one's on my number one. Growing up, being an adult, I expect a lot more. It's really hard to like even like get me to feel shit. I know that sounds weird, but like if you try to make me laugh sometimes, it's really hard. Make me cry, whatever the fuck. It's really hard for me to express myself and show emotion. So for a movie to actually scare me and have me like on the edge of the seat, it takes a lot. He just freaking came. And it's just like he grabbed Horror by the sack, by the nutsack, and fucking twisted that shit, ripped it off, and fucking reinserted his own fucking balls, because his fucking balls are bigger than Horror's balls. Does that make sense, dude? What I'm saying, he just fucking reinvented that shit, dude, and he's just finding ways to fucking creep you out, because you know it's not real. You're gonna go watch a movie, you know damn right it's not fucking real, it's fantasy. But he hits you hard, and you bring that shit back home. You bring a fucking ball of negative energy that you learn to appreciate after a while, but you fucking go home just feeling fucking scared. You can't even look at a dark corner, and fucking James Wan brought that shit back to me. I have not felt that way since I was a kid.
He's pretty much the director that whenever you watch a movie, if you're, you know, a big fan of film, I guess, usually you have these thoughts whenever you watch these kind of movies or watch any movies in general, but you're like, oh, I wish I could have done it because I would have done this differently. James Wan is that director that does those things differently.
Yes.
And everything that he does is for a reason. I feel like he's a lover of film. He loves film, and I feel like that bleeds into the movie making process. Like, people have fun on set. It's not just a paycheck, and people are willing to share ideas and bounce them, you know, back and forth. And I felt like one thing that I did appreciate about it that it was a love story at the same time between both of them. One thing that we kind of weren't able to see in the first one because they were rushed right into the, you know, into the case. With this one, there's a lot of, you know, balancing it out, and then we obviously get thrown right into the roller coaster, and it's something that you won't forget because it'll haunt you every single night for the next 2 weeks after you watch it. The Conjuring 2, everybody.
Those are our top 3 and our opinions as of now. EU at own. Remember, you guys hashtag that if you want to. But like we said, as of now, that's subject to change in time. James Wan is changing the game. Maybe somebody else will come through. Maybe the director of Lights Out, it's one of those dudes.
Oh yeah, David Sandberg. Just stick around and make sure that you go ahead and follow us. If you have anything to comment, go ahead and comment it down below. What are your, top 3 scariest movies in your opinion as of now? And if you have anything else to say, go ahead and follow us on the Edboyz on Instagram, and Twitter is Edboyz, DAEDBOYZ. We're barely starting to pop that one up, so we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can. But if anything, stick around. Thank you for joining us, and go ahead and click that subscribe button.